Good evening once again, all my comic book collecting friends out there in YouTube land. I hope everyone and your families are all doing well. I had mentioned before that I still patronize the same comic store that I have for many years. So because of that, I only go pick up my books about once a month. Sometimes even 5 weeks can go by. And that's why, like I said, there's so many of you guys that do your weekly hauls and pull lists and reviews that do such a great job, you know, like Boba and Running with Comics and Dark Nate, White James Brandon. Oh, God, I think it's BA Comics. I'm probably getting your name wrong, but, you know, a couple of these younger guys, too, do some good reviews. And one of my favorites, who was one of the first people I started watching, was Roger69501 out of Puerto Rico. And, you know, I definitely watch all your guys' reviews and stuff. I just sometimes don't get to them until 3-4 weeks later because I don't want to run into any spoilers till I've caught up on my reading. So, but I do enjoy your guys' hauls and reviews. I just get to them late. So, just wanted to, with that being said, I just wanted to share, you know, what one of my trips to the store looks like, what's on my pull list, and what I'm reading. So this is about probably 4, maybe 5 weeks of books for me. I just went and picked them up today. And so I'll just go through real quick what's on my pull list, basically. I'm going to move a couple of things here, I'm sorry. We'll start with the Marvel stuff. This is Infinity 2 and 3. And I read number 1. See where this is going. They forgot to pull Avengers for me. They said they're getting that. And what is the new DC mini? I think Forever Evil or whatever. They're getting more of them. They forgot to pull number 1 for me, but they said they'll get it. So not a big deal because I still haven't finished Trinity War. But anyway, this is New Avengers number 9 and 10. And I actually been liking this book, especially the art. Mike Deodato Jr. is on it now, and he's amazing. And before that, it was Steve Epting, who, man, I really dig his work. So he was great on Captain America. I was so sad to see Epting and Diarmata be taken off of Brubaker's Captain America. That was not a good day for Cap fans. But he did the art on the first half of this arc on New Avengers, and then Deodato Jr. is taking over. So you have 2 top-notch guys doing the art on New Avengers. This is Superior Spider-Man 16, and again, I'm behind reading, so this is 17, has Spider-Man 2099 on the cover. This is why I don't, you know, check the reviews out, because I'm behind 3 issues on this, and, you know, who knows, this probably has something with them bringing back Peter, because, you know, they're going to, especially with the movie coming out, but I'll admit, I was pissed off when I read the stuff going into Superior Spider-Man, rather. And I admit I've been pleasantly surprised by what Dan Slott's done with the assignment. And I've liked it a lot more than I thought I was going to. But sooner or later, they're going to have to wrap this up and bring back Peter. So maybe this appearance of Spider-Man 2099 is their way of spearheading the return of one Peter Parker. But we'll see. This is Deadpool Kills Deadpool number 3. I read the first 2. It's your standard Deadpool mayhem with all kinds of multiverse stuff. Now this is Deadpool 15. It's the start of the new arc, I guess, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And it looks cool because it has Wolverine and Cap in there, but I see Declan Shalvey's doing the art, and I have to admit I'm not the biggest fan of his, but this cover doesn't look as bad as some of the other stuff I remember him doing. I've noticed a lot of artists, it really, really depends on who's inking them. A good inker can make or break an artist. So there's Deadpool number 16. And that's been a good book with Brian Posehn and Duggan writing it. It's been better than I thought it was going to be. So I really like the Deadpool Illustrated. They were good. But anyhow, this is another book I think Marvel's done a good job with. I really liked Frank Cho's opening arc, The Savage Wolverine in the Savage Land, and Zeb Wells is taking over with Joe Madureira on art. And this storyline with Wolverine, Elektra, the Hand and the Kingpin has been pretty good so far. So Savage Wolverine number 8. All New X-Men. I've been keeping up with this. It's been better than I thought it was going to be. Didn't pick up all these. This is 15. And 16 is part 2 of Battle of the Atom. And I didn't pick up all the X-Men crossovers for this. I'll see if I read this and I really want it. But that's actually... not sure who did that cover. It doesn't look like Stuart Amonin to me. Is that Art Adams? I don't know. Yep, that is Art Adams. I was going to say, it kind of looks like his style. I'm digging that cover, at least. But yeah, Arthur Adams is great. I always liked him. But yeah, if they're good, I'll go back and get the others. Astonishing X-Men. Marjorie Liu's been writing a lot of different types of stories with this book. People have been indifferent. I keep buying it because I have them all, but I don't think her arc's been that bad. You gotta try different stuff. And I like what she did with Iceman, honestly. They're going to have to bring him back to normal, but... it was kind of cool for a little while. This I've really liked. This is the final issue of Thanos Rising. And Jason Aaron's a great writer. And finally seeing Simone Bianchi doing, you know, an interior on a book again. This has been really good. I really like Thanos Rising. Kick-Ass 3, number 3. See where that's going to be going. And this, in my opinion... Mark Waid's Daredevil. Now, I admit, I haven't been reading Hawkeye. I've heard so much about Matt Fraction and David Oz Hawkeye book. Maybe I'll go back and buy the trades, because honestly, the back issues of 1, 2, and 3, the prices are obnoxious on eBay and Comic Collector Live. It's I don't see it holding that value, but I might have to get the trade to see what the hype's about. So... outside of Hawkeye, which I don't read, I think Daredevil has consistently been the best book Marvel's been putting out recently. And that's because they leave a great writer like Mark Waid on there to build something, to craft something. You can't... it's hard for these guys to develop characters when you have, like, okay, you write 5 issues, then a whole nother creative team for 5 issues, and so on. Mark Waid's been on there for 31 issues plus, and that's why this book's been getting so damned good. So there's issue 30. And 31 I don't like because it looks like they're bringing back the Jester, who I think is a sucky villain. So, but we'll see what Mark Waid does with him, because I like Mark Waid a lot. Moving along, this is DC Universe vs. Masters of the Universe number 1. And I guess there's 2 covers. I really like what Keith Giffen's been doing with this new Masters of the Universe book. Swamp Thing number 23. Charles Soule and Kano on it now. I'm a big Swamp Thing fan anyway, but I think this is one of the better books that's come out of DC's New 52. And Swamp Thing deserves it. Good book. Yeah, this is Keith Giffen's He-Man, number 5. Been liking that. Another good book, in my opinion, it's come out of DC's New 52. Jonah Hex. This is, this is All-Star Western, actually, but they've all featured Jonah Hex. But, yeah, it's All-Star Western. And they've had some backups with, like, Scalp Hunter and Tomahawk and stuff, but, El Diablo, but, yeah. It's mostly Jonah Hex. And again, you have Jimmy Palmiotti and Justin Gray, who have had a hold of Jonah Hex for the better part of, you know, the past 2 decades. You know, well, not 2 decades, since 2000. I think, what was that relaunch? 2004, 2005? And they've had control of Jonah Hex ever since, so... that's another reason I think his stories have been consistent. Again, you let them develop his direction. Talking about that, Astro City number 4. You cannot go wrong with them. This book is so good. Every story, every mini, every one-shot, they're all worth reading. If you have not been reading Astro City since its inception in the 90s, I'm telling you, go back and buy those trades. I don't have every issue of Astro City, but I have every trade, and they're amazing reading. They're addictive. Like, you'll read the first trade, you'll want the second one, and then the third, and so on. They're so good. Definitely read them. And one of the reasons they're so good, there's been nobody working on them except the same people. Kurt Busiek, Brent Anderson, and Alex Ross. They're the only people that have been working on Astro City since the 90s, and you cannot say that about many books. So, if you have not been following it, especially if you've been reading the new series and you like it, go back and read the old stuff. It's amazing. Kurt Busiek's a master. I think this is that's probably his finest work, in my opinion. You know, Marvel's was great and all, but and it was cool what he did with the Marvel characters, but Astro City is his masterpiece. Definitely essential reading for any comic fan. Aquaman 23. This book's been good. Jeff Johns, in my opinion, has done a better job on Aquaman than he has on Justice League. Justice League Dark, like I said, I'm behind on reading the Trinity War. I still need to read 3, 4, 5, and 6. But Justice League Dark, in my opinion, has been one of the best surprises of the New 52. It's been an awesome book with really good art. And Mikel Janin has been great. And this book has been one of my favorites of the New 52 and a great surprise. And there's number 23. Part 5 of the Trinity War. Justice League, number 23. Part 6 of the Trinity War, so I'll finally get done reading that a month later. This is Injustice, Gods Among Us, number 8, based on the video game, and I'm kind of surprised at how far along this book's gone. I thought it was just going to be a mini, but whatever. This is a new series I'm loving as a big fan of the 1966 Batman show. I've actually read number 2 already at my friend's house because he had it. Just read it real quick. But I love what they're doing. Love what they're doing. And Mike Allred of Madman fame is a great guy to pick for these covers for these books. I really like his style. And I wanted to get it, but I didn't get to the shop fast enough. They had Kevin Maguire did a variant to this, but didn't get it. And there's number 3. Gotta read those. Can't wait to read those. Batman, Superman, number 3. And, yeah, some people get upset with the way Superman looks, and I can understand that. But I do like Jay Lee's art. I think he draws Batman cool, and I guess that's Darkseid. I believe it is, yeah. That's not a bad rendering of Darkseid, a little strange, but I like Jay Lee's art, especially on the Dark Tower stuff. He's different and he's good, but yeah, don't necessarily like the little faux hawk and crappy costume they've given Superman. And I got to read number 2 of this before I read number 3. So we'll see how that's going. I've heard some mixed things about that book. Batman Beyond Universe, number 1. This is the new Batman Beyond book, and it has a lot to live up to, in my opinion, because the 2 recent Batman Beyond minis and Batman Beyond Unlimited were very good. I was enjoying the hell out of them when they started it over for some reason, so they better keep it going. It's a whole new team on there, so we'll see what they bring to the table. Legends Dark Knight, number 12. I get a lot of Batman books. And I like this because you get different top-notch creators doing different stories every month that don't have to be tied into Batman, the current storyline and continuity that's going on in Batman. So, traditionally, I've liked Legends of the Dark Knight for that very reason. Batman Incorporated Special, number 1. And, yeah, Chris Burnham is one of those guys who his art has really grown on me, and I really like it now. It's kind of like, Frank Quitely and Jeff Darrow had a kid or something. I really, really like his art. It's grown. No artist, I don't think, has grown on me over the past 2 or 3 years as much as this guy. Because at first I kind of questioned, like, I don't know if I like this guy's art. And it's gotten better and better, to me at least. Maybe it hasn't changed much. Maybe I've just grown to like it, but I do like Chris Burnham now. Batman and Nightwing, number 23. And these, I'm going to move these over here. No, I'm not. Don't want to smush them. But anyway, I was working from here. Took me so long to pick these up. A lot of people have been getting these 3D lenticular covers, and they've sold really well for DC here. And they're kind of hard to see on camera to give it the same effect. But that's Justice League Dark 23.1. It's really, creeper number 1, if you will. Justice League 23.1, that's the Dark Side 3D cover. That one's really cool. Yeah, the effects don't translate as well on camera as they do in the real world. Really like this one. Justice League America 7.1, the Deadshot 3D cover. That's one I really like a lot. And it was cool. I know these sold really well in my shop, There was even a guy in there today asking for the Joker cover while I was picking my books up, and he saw it in my box, and, they were like, dude, look at this stack of books. It's been a while since he'd been in. We held it for him or whatever. But yeah, they would not do that to me. They wouldn't take stuff out of my box. Because I've had stores that I've done business with before that have taken books I've ordered and asked to be held out of my box and sold them to somebody else who came in there. And that's why I didn't go back there no more. And that's why I stick with this store for, God, it's got to be going on 2 decades now. So, moving along. This is Batman Robin 23.1, the Two-Face cover. Like that a lot. This is the guy was asking for, Batman 23.1, the Joker. I like this one too. Jason Fabok did this, and I think he's another artist that I wasn't familiar with before he started doing Detective on the New 52, and I'm really, really liking Jason Fabok's work. He's good. Swamp Thing 23.1, Anton Arcane 3D cover. Gotta go get more Mylars too. I'm out. Got a lot of these in poly bags. I'm gonna have to go get some more next week or two. But they're expensive too, man. Mylars aren't cheap. I can get it, even if you get them straight from Gerber, they're cheaper than buying them at your comic store. But the shipping on there is killer because those backing boards are so heavy. But anyway, need to get more Mylars. Moving along, this is Aquaman 23.1. This is the Black Manta 3D cover. And I really wish you could get the effect because it looks so cool in real life. They just don't translate that well in here, but whatever. Poison Ivy number 1. This is Detective 23.1. Another Jason Fabok masterpiece. Not sure if he did this. Who did this? Harley Quinn. But this is, it's probably him because it's Detective, but I don't see his name on it anywhere. But yeah, that's a sweet Harley Quinn. Detective 23.2. I didn't get all the lenticular covers, but I got, my shop held all the ones for me from the books I read, pretty much. So, this is Batman 23.2, the Riddler 3D cover. Justice League Dark 23.2. See, Eclipso 3D cover. Batman and Robin 23.2, Court of the Owls lenticular 3D cover. Justice League 23.2 is Lobo 3D cover. This is one of the 3D covers I really like. The Scarecrow cover, Detective 23.3, another Jason Fabok cover, and he's really good. It's the Batman 23.3 Penguin cover. Justice League 23.3, Dial E for Enemy, I guess. Used to like Dial H for Hero. Carmine Infantino did it. But those are all the Heroes Month stuff that I got. Kind of grabbed that one pretty hard. These are my non-Marvel and DC pickups for the month. Bela Lugosi's Tales from the Grave, number 4. And this is a good book. Done kind of in the vein of the Warren horror mags, like creepy and eerie. That cover really reminds me of like an old creepy or eerie cover. And it's put out by Monsterverse. So my shop didn't even get any except for the ones I asked them for. So I'm missing number 1. I need to get it. This is a book that my Baltimore Comic-Con haul, I showed, I got the first Deathmatch trade from Paul Jenkins' table, and he signed it for me. I said, I'm going to read this and get back to you guys. Well, let me tell you something. This book is awesome. You got to pick this up. It's such a cool story. So well done. My shop had 6, 7, 8, and 9, which will bring me up to date because I got the first trade. I just need to get number 5, 1 through 5 of the regular issues. But my gosh, get Deathmatch if you can. You should still be able to get them cheap. Highly recommend Deathmatch for the read. It's the story so far. I can't say it hasn't ended, but so far that story's damn good, and I'm really liking it. Get all the Conan stuff. This is King Conan number 4. Conan the Barbarian number 19 and number 20. I already read this. This was actually pretty good. I like what they're doing, and Mike Mayhew's art is amazing on this book. This is the Star Wars based on the original script for Star Wars and Ralph McQuarrie's concept art. It's pretty damn cool so far. It's a mini-series, I believe. This is Dark Times, Spark Remains 2. Art on this is good, too, by Doug Wheatley. He's always good. Dark Times, Spark Remains Part 3. IDW's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 24. And this book's getting pretty good, and my only complaint at the beginning was that the art was kind of mediocre. But this guy, Santo Loco, I guess I'm pronouncing it right, he did the History of the Foot Clan mini, and they put him on the regular book, and I like his art much better than the guys that came before him. He did this cover to number 25, and yeah, his art is much better, in my opinion, than the guys that were doing the art prior to him on IDW's Turtles. This is Dark Horse's Creepy relaunch. They're $4.99 a piece, but these are really good, creepy and eerie. They have new stories, and they reprint, classic stories from the old creepy and eerie mags as well. Great stuff by Dark Horse. And real quick, I'll just show you some of the other stuff that I picked up while I was there. They had 70% off box, so most of these were like $2 a piece and 70% off, so a lot of these were like 60 cents to $1 a piece. So I just picked up some of the New Mutants I needed. Number 63, 64, 65, 66, 67. I was lucky enough, I was telling Fool Killer, I was lucky enough that, I remember I collected like 1 through 20 something as a kid. And my copies were banged up because I read them. And I was smart enough to pick them up literally right about at Cable's first appearance. And I got from that point to when the book got canceled. And so I lucked out. I started collecting right before Cable's first appearance, got that. And first Deadpool, like off the rack by picking that book up again. So that was lucky. So I'm trying to finish off my New Mutants there. But there's number 70. 75. Couldn't pass up the deals on these. 78. Yeah, most of these, like I said, none of them were more than $1. I think I got this whole stack of books I'm showing you was like $16. So, number 83. Annual number 1. That's a good copy and a cool Bill Sienkiewicz cover. Annual 3. Alan Davis drawing Warlock fighting the Impossible Man. Swamp Thing number 62, which I was missing. Young Indiana Jones Chronicles number 1. Got all those, that whole stack of New Mutants in those books I just showed you for 16 bucks out of a bargain bin. This was another one. They had, I already have like 1, 2, 3, and 4, I believe, but some were in questionable shape. And they had the whole run of Hex, 1 through 18, and the price tag they had on was 50 bucks, and I was just like, come on, man. So he actually threw this in for 30 bucks, so I basically got these for $2 a copy, which makes me happy, because I got that out of the way, and I am a Jonah Hex fan. So, got number 1, number 2, and these are Mark Teixeira covers. They're pretty good, some of them. Well, that was, anyway. This is number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Number 6. And this book is a cool idea, but it didn't go over well. Like, you want Jonah Hex as a cowboy. It's a cool thing, and it couldn't have lasted too long. It'd be maybe a cool mini-series for somebody to reinterpret, but I think people want to see Jonah Hex as a cowboy. But still cool, and I'm glad I got him. As a Jonah Hex fan, it's just another thing off my checklist that I don't have to worry about now. But there's number 7. Number 8. I like that Dennis Cohen cover. That's pretty cool. Number 9. Hex number 10. Hex number 11. And as you can see, Night of the Batman, he fights bats in that issue. Excuse me. Number 12. Again, there's Batman of the future, I guess, right there. Number 13. Number 14. Number 15. Keith Giffen cover. He wrote most of these, I believe. Him and Fleischer were in on the writing on all these. Hex number 16. Hex number 17. And Hex number 18, the last Hex story, destined to be a classic. So that was pretty cool. Got all them for $2 a piece. They take good care of me at this store. I cannot argue. They're called Mighty KC's. It's almost like a little mom and pop comic shop, but what's cool is, man, they have lots of great back issues, and a lot of them don't get scooped up too fast. A lot of those super, quote-unquote, super huge, extra busy comic stores, as soon as they get a key issue or a good high-grade back issue, they're gone. So, yeah, these guys, you know, and I don't, these are the guys that I get all my pull lists from, but there's actually probably 3 shops that I frequent, because there's these 2 other shops that are just really great and have a lot of nice stuff, and they both do sales every month, you know, whether it's 50% off hardcovers or, you know, it's one store every time, no matter when you go in there, they have probably 10 to 20 Bronze Age boxes sitting out there are 50% off sticker price at all times. So whenever I have a little extra cash, I go check out all these stores. So, but this is the one that I've given most of my business and my monthly books to, because they've been so good to me over the years. And these are the last couple books I bought, you know, off of the wall and out of the cases that I saw. This was $5. Avengers 239 on Late Night with Dave Letterman. Uncanny 140, this is another issue marked off, slowly but surely chipping away on that Chris Claremont, John Byrne run of X-Men from my childhood. This has a few small problems there on the spine. Nothing too bad. It's actually pretty sharp other than that, and I got it for $25, so couldn't pass that one up. Batgirl number 1. I didn't have this, so I went back and got that Adam Hughes cover. He had 10 on it. I think he gave me a little break because I just, you know, put all these books together. Bought so much stuff today. He hooks me up and gave me a long box too to put all this stuff in. But last book I got is a book I already had. It's not worth a whole lot, but you just don't see him come up too Too Often for Sale. Love that cover. And this is just an upgrade on the copy I have. Is basically a reader. It's a little banged up, and this is a pretty high grade copy. I think it was $5 or $6. And this is Lex Luthor, the Unauthorized Biography. And it's a good read, if I remember correctly. So any Superman fans that haven't read that might want to check it out. But I picked up a little bit extra in terms of back issues just because they had some 70% off boxes and good deals and things like that. So I got a little more maybe extra back issues than I normally would. But in terms of the new books, that's basically my pull list. That's basically what I'm reading, except for there weren't any Goon or Hellboy books this month. But I get everything related to those two characters that come out as well. So yeah, that's about it. But I just wanted to share with you guys what I'm currently reading, or better to say what I'm currently behind on reading. But there it is, and that's kind of the explanation why I don't keep up with your guys' wonderful review and haul videos as often as I should, but I do watch them because you guys are great. So once again, hope everyone's doing well. Take care of each other and your families. Thanks for watching. I enjoyed sharing my books with you, as I always do, so thanks for taking the time to check them out. And everyone, be good and happy comic book reading. Take care.